Hi everyone, it's Chi again, back to share more healing messages from my heart to yours. Welcome back to my home, and I'm currently sitting on my couch wearing the same blue shirt that I wore April 1st, 2019 when I made my blackjack training video. And you can see that on my YouTube channel. Just go to the very first video, April 1st, right, where I was talking about training people to play blackjack with using their whole brain. And you can see at the time, I was playing a lot of blackjack and eating a lot of buffet food. And you can see the difference between my appearance in that video last spring in April versus now, right? And you can also see, just by observing, like if you were to play this video and that one, just by observing my energy, you might be able to discern that I've shifted quite a bit in how I project my energy, right? It feels more complete, right? It feels more authentic, right? More true, right? Reaching higher and higher states of peace, less efforting, more grace, more ease. This is what happens when we are moving along on the journey without resisting, right? We get literally changed from within by these beautiful divine energies all around us. Yeah. And these energies respect and honor our free will, right? We have to open up our hearts and let them in, invite them in, right? Okay? Remember, Spirit is just knocking always just gently at the door, right? Spirit is never forceful, always honoring and respecting you, because it is you. You are spirit in a body. So let's tune in to our spirit, our souls, in our bodies, through the heart, through the breath. Dropping your focus from the head down into the heart. Tuning in to how you're feeling within, in the here and the now. Becoming centered within, seated in the heart space, observing, appreciating the present moment experience in the now. From this space right here, if you're with me, this is your seat of power. The breath aligned with the heart. Yeah. From here, we choose our next highest experience. We can choose to love whatever is in front of us right here, right now. Yeah. The ego mind is, my ego mind is right now showing me kind of like its kind of inner child on the floor throwing a tantrum. And it's saying, what do you mean you want me to accept whatever arises right here, right now? And it's it's telling me that's bullshit. You see, your subconscious mind will communicate with you. And so when you make an affirmation like I just made to bring it into the now and love what arises, your subconscious mind, when you have this connection in the heart, will throw out sometimes holographic memories or just images of it kind of doing its thing. It's it's saying that it doesn't quite believe the soul, when the soul is making these assurances that all is well, and that despite what presents, that I'm a divine being and that I can transcend, snap my fingers, make the pain all go away, make the fear all go away, make it all good again. So my subconscious mind right now is throwing that at me, saying, what do you mean, Chi? Right? What do you mean? Things aren't always well. That's what it's saying. How do we love ourselves when there's this discord within? Where soul is coming through, making space, and then ego is allowing soul to come through, but then ego is also saying, I'm not ready to do the full integrative merge right now, because I want to be heard. So I want you to recognize me, that I feel out of sorts and I don't fully trust the present moment because, I have lymphedema in my arm. How can that be all is well? So in this moment, as I'm being presented by my inner child, my ego's concerns, right? We don't want to placate. We don't want to create more separation. We don't want to treat the inner child with disrespect, right? Because it's stating a truth. The inner child, right? Your fishbowl self, is very scared, and it's been hurt, right? So it's stating these truths as it sees it, right? So I'm going to tune into my inner child and talk to it. And I'll just kind of talk to it as if I'm talking to you, so you can get involved in my processing, okay? My beautiful beloved, I'm so sorry that you hurt. Please forgive me if what I'm saying disturbs you and you do not agree. Thank you for voicing your opinion, your perspective, your insecurity, your doubt and fear. Let me listen, acknowledge, and see you and hear you. Yes, I see from your perspective now. Yes. You see the physical. You feel the impact of the tension within the physical. You feel the distortion that the physical is not aligning with what you want to feel. I understand. I see. My beautiful ego, allow me to love you. Will you allow me to breathe into the body now and show me where it is that you hold this tension? so that I might love it with my breath. And then I just tune in and breathe and go where the body takes me. Okay, so this is what happened. I tuned into the body and it showed me images of this inner child kind of just walking around, processing what I just said to it, and it's calm, and it's this kind of like walking around thinking, well, I'm going to give it a shot, allow my I am presence, my soul, to breathe into me. And then I did that, and as I did, I felt kind of like a tension release within kind of like the back of my arm right here where the tension was, and just kind of a movement, like almost like a resignation from the inner child saying, okay, I'm okay now. I'm not totally satisfied because my ego mind quite can't understand and grasp the full gist of what you're saying in regards to all is well, regardless of what presents, love, what is. The ego mind isn't quite on board with that right now, but it's saying that it feels calmer, that I have moving my breath into it. It feels acknowledged, right? And the separation is a lot less. The discord is gone now. So I do this process with pretty much every discordant thought that comes into my head, anything disturbing that comes into my awareness, in regards to more dense emotions like fear and doubt, negativity, and even, especially when self-critical thoughts come up, especially. I'm really good at criticizing myself. Yes, so, yes, for example, right now, there's a thought coming up, ego thought, that says, how can I sit here with a gigantic smile on my face and share this beautiful energy and still be, quote unquote, suffering from cancer, right? Because my ego says, as long as it doesn't feel completely perfect, meaning perfectly sized arm, no discomfort in the armpit, that sort of thing, it can't make that leap into, I'm in a state of perfection. And that's understandable because the ego can only deal with a certain set of parameters and cannot think outside, right? Fish cannot perceive air, right? Even though they breathe oxygen, right? Through the water. It's filtered through their gills, right? So just like ego is really you being fed divine light, but through a dense filter of more dense belief systems, right? You can call it, their dense visual environment, right? So light, oxygen, air, life filters in through there and sustains the fish, the ego, even though the fish has no concept of air. So same with ego. Ego knows it's being fed somehow, and that its power is obviously mysterious and out there somewhere, right? Because it cannot comprehend its own power. But in the same breath, you are that power, right? You are that ego, right? So it's about perspective. It's about shifting and seeing yourself from a higher perspective, but embracing the whole reality that you're experiencing as you. So there's no more separation. Yes. And then from there, right? From there, ego is in line with the heart. And we can be at peace in the present moment and just allow what is to work its way through. This divine intelligence, right? To work its way through the body, through the ego, through the soul, to express the next highest potential. And it might not be the result that the ego wants, right? Right? It might not be that overnight instant miracle cure of lymphedema that the ego wants. It might not be that, right? But it will still propel us, me, into the next highest possibility. Yes. From the heart. And you can see the change. You can see the change in my appearance, in my countenance, right? And you can see, you know, if you look at the April 1st video, I didn't have lymphedema in that video, but it was obviously imprinted. You can tell with the, you know, the inflamed kind of like more puffy appearance of that video, you know, that me, that old me, right, is truly not the same me you see before you now, right? And if I can choose between being that me, right, with all the money and all the blackjack and all the food, if I can choose between that me in April or being here now with you, this me, my ego would choose this me. My ego understands that it is truly me. It's just me in a fishbowl, right? So everything happens to propel us forward. You're never going to go back. You're never going to want to go back, right? You're always going to want to go forward, right? And let go of how you think things need to unfold, okay? Right? I can claim the healing in my arm, right? On an energetic, on an emotional level, and trust that the universe is going to align to that, because it must. That's how creation works. Energy first, right? Intention first. Emotion magnetizes, amplifies the intention. Universal energy pours in and amplifies out, picturing the manifestation, the physical resonance that aligns with the energetic imprint of the thoughts and the emotions. That's how creation works. And I'm going to, today, I'm going to reference Christina Lopes' video recently about mastering your emotions, right? and using your emotion, becoming aware of your emotions, to use your emotions, right, to create, right? Instead of identifying with your emotions, right? Because emotions are just energy, right? And yes, you are energy, but you're not any particular form of energy, right? If you grab on and identify with any particular form, then you've limited yourself. So stay in creative mode, right? Stay in a non-attachment, but engaged. You're non-attached and you're engaged with the body, in the body, right? Okay. So that's how we create, that's how we heal, that's how we take charge of our experience. That's how we move density and pain out of our experience, out of our energy field, right? And claim our power as co-creators with the universe, okay? As energy beings, right? As heart-centered, fifth-dimensional, and multi-dimensional energy beings. When I say multi-dimensional, and this is the first time I've really mentioned it, is because I personally experienced it, right? And if I personally experience something, I will mention it. Because that's the purpose of this YouTube channel, is to share my personal transformation from 3D to 5D and higher, okay? Last night in meditation, I said that energies have really opened up my heart, and I was able to really feel my own energy body within my physical body, just like pulsating energy. It was so incredible, right? And then in meditation, I was able to, using the heart, open up like a portal, like I wanted a stargate, and hone in just by intention to my home frequency of my home star system. And then I connected to these light beings in the Andromeda galaxy. And they were on this gassy, like in a large gray planet. And they were using these crimson crystals from kind of like this huge asteroid that was outside of their orbit, that was made of like dark red crimson crystals to use as like a node point for interstellar, intergalactic energy packet transmissions, right? I'm getting kind of esoteric here, but I think it's really interesting and exciting to share, because this is my first multidimensional kind of conscious connection. I know I'm multidimensional, we all are. We subconsciously, in our dreams, in our sleep state, connect to higher dimensions all the time, okay? That's who we are, okay? But the awakening process is about being conscious, being aware that we are multidimensional, and bringing these experiences of multidimensionality into our 3D physical awareness, and including our fishbowl ego cells in on the journey, right? Integrating all of it. Anyways, so yeah, my soul seated from the Andromeda galaxy, and also seated from the Palladian galaxy. I have that vibration within me. The Andromeda galaxy, their energy is so beautiful. I will talk more about it later, because I just made the connection. So the transmission packets are coming through, and just I'm feeling it first in my energy body. It's very light, very, very blissful. And as it comes through, it starts transmitting through my material body, and so I have more physical expressions of their transmissions later on as I integrate that very, very beautiful light signature. But our star family is in communication with us through the heart, through the stargate of the heart, right? And they're just here to remind us of our starseed mission to connect in the heart, right? To the higher realms, bringing in the light and the love and the wisdom and the energy to move the density out of our bodies so we can experience ourselves as multidimensional, intergalactic, interstellar beings of light. Okay, right? And that is part of it too, right? So curing cancer in the body holistically, that is part of it. This journey is so incredible, so incredible. I can't even begin. And again, I'm just sharing my personal experience. It's all very, very subjective, okay? And you wouldn't be listening to this if deep down you didn't know that you're so much more, that you're truly spirit in a body, right? You wouldn't be listening to this, right? Yeah, it's time. It's time to let it out, folks. Let the love out, okay? Right? You're more than your fishbowl selves. Truly, we are. The proof is in the pudding. Use your own inner discernment to know that there is a more heart-centered, higher way of being. That the universe is co-creating with you with every thought, every emotion. Okay? And you have the power to change your reality from within. No one can take that from you except you. But that's only temporarily because, as I said, you're more than the fishbowl self. And the real you will step forward and gently guide you through. If you just take the first step and open up the heart through the breath. Have an intention to connect to your soul and be more, experience more of life. Okay? Than what you've been programmed to experience in limitation and lack. Okay? There's a better way to create and manifest in the physical reality using your own soul's energy. Okay? There's a better, more miraculous, exciting, adventurous, creative plan for your life. Okay? Yeah. Than you can possibly ever imagine. It's all waiting for you. Step into your power and claim it. And one of my favorite spiritual teachers, Matt Kahn, and I met him in person. I have a picture with him. He is just a love master. And he triggered me last year in one of his YouTube videos. Helped me get through a lot of purging. And this is really all about loving yourself. So I'm going to reference, in addition to Christina Lopes' video about mastering your emotion, I'm going to reference Matt Kahn's most recent video about claiming your power. And I'm going to share that with you, connecting the points of light, connecting the hearts of humanity so we can amplify the love and the light. So that's my message for today. Until next time, I love you.